about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop. Hello, friends, and welcome to another rendition of Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs, myself, and my co-host here, Frankie. Today we're going to be taking you through our locks and long shots as always. Then we're going to have a quick conversation about a popular thread on Twitter, or topic, we'll say, of could 100 men beat one gorilla in a race to the death? Then we're going to do Immaculate Grid as always, talk about the NBA playoffs, and then we'll do a little draft recap.
Now, I've been watching a lot of ASMR videos, right? That's how I fall asleep. And I know I always hit you guys with the good. It was time to change it up, all right? It was time to change it up. But I've been watching these ASMR videos.
2 weeks ago for the Masters.
I thought about doing this while I was on the way home from work today, and I was literally like, damn, why didn't I do this when it was the Masters?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching these ASMR videos, and they put me to sleep, dude. So every night when I'm tired, I'm like, or I can't sleep, I just search on TikTok, like ASMR videos. There's something called a cranial nerve exam. That always gets me. And not the cringy ASMR where they're like, like those ones. Just like, it's like soft talking, and they do these things. You hear they go sharp or dull, and then they hit them with the sharp thing or like a Q-tip, and then the person goes sharp, dull. How does that sound? Does it sound ASMR-y?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
I'm gonna go ahead
relaxing.
We're going to take a look at your cranial nerve exam here. Go ahead and scooch to the edge of the seat here.
Like that shit puts me to sleep, bro. So that's what I've been watching shitloads of that. But anyways, let's get right into it. I'm going to fly through my locks and long shots just because my records are so bad. It's not even fun for me anymore. I want to axe this whole fucking segment. I hate it. ChatGPT 3 and 5. Myself versus ChatGPT 3 and 4. So I still have the edge there. I'm going to get another loss here as soon as the Nuggets lose the series to the Clippers. But I'm 11 and 17 for the full year. Last week we had the Giants money line versus the Brewers minus 145. I'd predicted a 9-3 win for the Giants. Javi was in the stands. The Brewers went crazy. Yelich hit a grand slam. The Brewers won 11-3. That was a loss. Fine with that. Good for you. Your team won. ChatGPT had Yankees money line at the Guardians minus 105. They also lost. The Guards won 3-2. So that's fine. There's a wash there. This week I'm doing something that I don't want to do, but I have to think with my heart here, right? Astros money line versus the Tigers minus 120. I look at this game, and I see two pitchers, right? Reese Olson versus a guy I've never heard of. Reese Olson's been very good this year. However, he does give up some runs. I believe he's the only Tigers pitcher without a sub-3 ERA. Flaherty probably doesn't anymore after last night. But I look at the Astros, and they have some hitters. They're at home. The Tigers are at the start of a crazy away stretch. Good time to bet against them. So we're taking the Astros, and this is a win-win for me. Either the Astros win and I get something out of it by having a lock that wins finally, or the Tigers win. I get to watch the Tigers win. I've been watching every Tigers game. I'm invested at this point. The losses hurt, just like they don't hurt as bad as a Lions loss does, but they still hurt, especially last night's. Last night's pissed me off. Tigers were up 3-0. They started early. Kerry Carpenter hit a home run. Riley Green hit a home run. Looks like he's turning the corner. And then Flaherty gives up a 2-run jack, but we go scoreless to the 6th. And then all of a sudden, Trey Sweeney is probably the worst fielder I've ever seen this year so far. He started by overthrowing the throw to first, easy ground ball, overthrew Torque. Torque had to jump, pulled him off the bag. Like literally 2 pitches later, easy double play ball, and Sweeney threw it away from Torres. It got into the outfield runners in the second and third, and then the 3-run bomb came. So the Astros won last night. So with the fielding being the way it is and Trey Sweeney having the yips is what it looks like, take the Astros. ChatGPT loved the Braves. They said take the Braves. Braves are minus 205, so I asked how many runs will the Braves win by? They said 3-4, so we're taking the Braves minus 1.5 at the Rockies, minus 130 for ChatGPT. Long shots then. ChatGPT. Oh, also still open is the Nuggets to win the series over the Clippers. They're tied 2-2. ChatGPT 1-6 all time on the long shots. Still open. We both have one. I've got the Pistons to win over the Knicks plus 310. That's going to be a loss. We'll talk about that later. T-Wolves over the Lakers plus 360 or plus 160. T-Wolves are up 3-1. They look good. Anthony Edwards is shit talking LeBron James like he's just another bum. I love it. I hate LeBron James. Love the shit talk. My long shots, by the way, 3-16. Last week I gave out Bobby Witt Jr. to a home run plus 400. That didn't hit. And then I had the juicy home run juice parlay, Torque and Witt to bomb plus 27.75. Neither of them did. ChatGPT had Adele to hit a home run plus 500. He did not. So this week, Schwarber to hit a home run plus 300. I asked Frankie, I said, what hand does, who was it? I forgot who it was. Mackenzie Gore. I said, what does he throw? He said left-handed. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a righty. But then you told me that he's better versus righties than he's lefties. So we take a lefty, Schwarber. I wanted Bryce Harper. We'll check that next week. But Schwarber plus 300 to hit a home run. ChatGPT this week, chalk. Judge to hit a home run plus 210. Can't go wrong with that. They'll probably hit. They said Judge and Bobby Witt, but I went with Judge. So you were locks and long shots, sir.
Alrighty. My records are getting better. I'm not going to lie. Locks are up to 22-17. Last week we had Dean Kramer under 4.5 Ks on Tuesday. That was a dub. I believe he finished with 4. Christopher Sanchez over 5.5 Ks on Tuesday. This one was a tough break. He got injured in like the third inning. Only got 2 or 3 strikeouts, I believe. So loss on that one. And then Bailey Ober under 6.5 Ks finished with 6. Big dub there. Still open. Bucks plus 1.5 games versus the Pacers. Down 3-1. Game tonight. Dame's dead. Series is probably dead. I'm going to assume that one's going to get chalked up as a loss. So this week, though, we'll add on 3 baseball ones. Actually, all of them involve my team, the Brewers. We're going to go the Brewers series money line versus the White Sox, and the Phillies series money line versus the Nationals parlayed together. This comes out to minus 114. I said to Jake earlier, I was like, I might have to start getting into series props a little bit better because obviously fading the worst teams against anyone in a full series, a 3-game series, more than likely is a good bet. And if you could parlay the good teams versus the really bad teams, it's an even better bet. So might start looking into that here in the future. The second bet, Brewers minus 1.5 against the White Sox tonight. Freddie Peralta is on the mound. Bats have not been great for the Brewers, but if we only need to get 2 runs against the White Sox and Tyler Gilbert, and we just need Freddie Peralta to not give up runs, I think we'll be fine. That is minus 155. Very, very, very juicy. And then another Brewers bet. We're going to go Brewers and Braves money line tonight. Brewers against White Sox, like I said. Braves in Coors against the Rockies. I'm expecting a lot of runs, a lot of home runs in that game. Braves are the better team. Rockies are, I think, the second worst team in the league. So take that. That is minus 101. Long shots, 10-42. Record looks gross, but surprisingly, that is getting better. Last week, we had the Padres money line versus the Tigers. Jake told me I was dumb for taking that. They won. Big dub there. Then we had the Twins-Royals money line. This was fading the worst teams last week. It worked. Plus 102. That was a win. Then we had some draft bets. We had Mason Graham to go pick number 5 at plus 220. That was a hit. Nice little trade in there. Kind of made things work out nicely. And then we had the Packers to take a cornerback first. That did not happen. We'll get into that more. So a loss on that one. And then one Dinger Tuesday pick, we had Mookie. That was a loss as well. So 2
in an 11-10 game,
yeah.
He didn't hit one.
Yeah. So 3-2 or 3-2 week last week. Not bad. This week, I got 2 baseball and then 2 Kentucky Derby picks. We're starting off Pete Alonso, Dinger, plus 340. Going up against E-Rod and the D-backs tonight. Pete Alonso has been on an absolute tear this season. He's hitting almost 350, I believe, at this point. It's in New York. Wind is blowing out center. I got to take it. E-Rod hasn't been that great. He doesn't scare me. Then I'm also going to take Francisco Lindor for a dinger, plus 425. Same reason. I'm not playing it, but I did look into it. Actually, I personally have money on this, but I'm not putting it as a long shot play. Same game parlay, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, both hit a dinger tonight, plus 1,800. Might be worth a sprinkle. I put a free bet on it, just saying. So that's enough of baseball. Hopping over to Kentucky Derby. It is Kentucky Derby week. I have not gotten into my research that much, but what I have seen is I really like journalism to win at a 7-2. I believe he's a favorite. Comes out to like plus 350. Yeah, that is the favorite. He is horse number 8. Nothing special about the number there. What I do like is I use Twin Spires to bet on this. And you can look at their average speed, average distance, best speed, run style, whatever. Journalism comes in first at average speed and average distance. So it's the fastest horse that's good at running long distances. I will take that horse to win the Kentucky Derby. My other one that I'm betting on is Citizen Bull. It is horse number 1. Plus 1,400, 14-1 odds. Second best average speed. And has a pretty good average distance. That's all I know right now. I'll get into my deep research later this week. We have until, Saturday? Is the race Saturday or Sunday?
I would assume it's Saturday. I feel like usually
it's Saturday. But, I love betting on the Kentucky Derby, even if I don't know anything about it. Last year, I think I hit Oaks and Derby parlay, and then I think I hit a exacta or a trifecta. So hoping that I can do that again. Quick, easy money. It's fun to watch, fun to bet on. It's awesome. We love the Kentucky Derby. So.
Oh, was that it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, unless you want me to read the names for all the horses real quick.
No.
We got some fun names.
So there's an interesting discussion happening on Twitter currently. It's basically, could 100 men defeat one gorilla? Now, initially, I was of the mindset of no fucking way that gorilla's winning every single time, without a doubt. And then people started arguing that I think 100 men could. And then people started putting lists together of the 100 men that could. I found the best list by far. 100 men can definitely do it if we get to choose who. Now, if it's 100 men, me and Frankie and other people like us, no fucking way. But if I've got my pick of athletes and others, I think it's easy money, no problem. What do you think before I read this list that I found on Twitter?
So I'm still under the mindset of 100 men, just random men, one gorilla. Absolutely not. I think if you got to pick your men, there's a potential. But I would still put the gorilla as the favorite, even if you got to pick your 100 men.
Okay.
And here's why. It's no weapons. It's just fists.
Correct.
The problem is the gorilla is strong enough that if it takes down one man, it's using that one man as a weapon.
Correct.
So you're giving me a gorilla with now a weapon versus 99 men who don't have a weapon.
Right.
And nobody stands a chance against that.
But think about like just the sheer like pressure of 100 men around you. What, are you just going to swing and like...
I would not want to be in a fight with a gorilla that's pissed off and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
If you cornered a gorilla, have you seen the teeth on that thing?
Yes, I've seen the teeth. Yeah.
I think that's also the other thing is I think no matter who you pick and put in there, there's nobody that's going to walk in there and not be scared.
Correct.
Not a single person.
No. There's some people. You're telling me Antonio Brown's going in there and he's scared? No. That dude's a psychopath.
He will be.
No.
At some point, yes.
No.
So I think that's where I just think no matter who you put in, you're going to get people that are ducking out. No matter if you pick the best of the best, 100 people, somebody is going to get in there and then be like, fuck this, I'm out.
No, I think there's some
psychopaths,
I think.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. Antonio Brown, definitely one of them.
Correct.
What's this list of people?
All right. So it is, one sec. I was going to try to find it on my computer for easy reads, but I can just do it. I got the screenshots. So this list, I'm just going to fly through it. Feel free to interrupt whenever you want to comment. So okay. This is straight from Twitter, not my own thinking. Number 1, John Jones. UFC, going to beat the shit out of him. Good choice. Number 2, Aaron Donald. Big body, down at the line, no problem. Number 3, Alex Pereira. Pereira. I believe Pereira. I believe
Yep.
that's a boxer.
I think he's also a UFC fighter.
Number 4, you got Ray Lewis. He's murdered somebody. He's also a captain, and he gives the pregame speech. Then he's going to do the walkout. Number 5, Chris Hemsworth. It's good to have an actor that's played some big roles.
Yep.
Number 6, Sylvester Stallone. Number 7, I don't know if you're familiar with him, David Goggins. He's going to give the halftime speech.
Yep.
8, The Rock. Number 9, Deontay Wilder. Number 10, this is where it gets good. My dad, but when he was mad at me for handing him the wrong screwdriver or holding the light in the wrong spot. That's a good one.
Yep.
Number 11, Steve Ranella. I'm not familiar with that person's game.
Not familiar.
Number 12, Saquon Barkley. Number 13, Derrick Henry. Number 14, The Undertaker, but he's the last guy to enter. Number 15, John Morant. He's in charge of the celebration after the W.
See, okay, so great pick on getting Ja.
Yeah.
You know he's going to bring in guns legally, right?
That's the good help that we need, though. We need some of that.
Yeah.
We got to bend the rules here.
Well, so then I guess the next question, are there refs? Because it
I don't
sounds
know,
like there's
are there?
quarters or at least halves to this fight. Or is it
Correct.
like boxing, like where you get rounds?
I think there's
Either
4
way.
quarters. I think you got 4 quarters.
Okay. And it's just a binary 1-0 win or dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 quarters, and then it's going to go into overtime. You already know it is. And then whoever ends up, either the boys get wiped out or the gorilla wins, you know?
Yeah. Okay, keep going on your list. I'm sorry.
All right. 50 Cent in his prime.
Yeah, good pick.
Number 17, a random psycho high school D coordinator / history teacher. 18, Reuben Foster. 19, Jokic's brother that always wants to fight people.
Yeah.
20 is Khabib.
Oof. Yeah.
21 is Turtle Man. Are you familiar? Yee! Live action.
Yeah, I think so.
He's there for the understanding the gorilla and knowing the weak points, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then we got 22, Tom Hardy. I'm not familiar.
I've heard the name. Don't know exactly who he is.
Okay. Number 23 is Chris Jenner, but he's bait. So the gorilla's going to go after him first.
Okay.
Then we've got Jason Momoa.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Zion Williamson, but before he was fat and bad.
No, I think I want Fat Zion.
Maybe.
Because then the gorilla would look at him as a friend.
26, I don't know if this is allowed. Number 26 is Jalen Carter, but behind the wheel of a car. I don't know if that's allowed. I think that counts as a weapon. He'd probably be DQ.
If that's the case, I'd just take Henry Ruggs 1-1.
Correct.
If
He
we're
might still be
getting-
on the list.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're getting Jalen Carter, I'm taking Henry Ruggs 1-1.
Number 27 is Cameron Haynes. I don't know who that is.
No.
28 is Will Compton. And then this guy said his half of Bussin' with the Boys is put in my name if he dies.
Okay, so
Number
that's
29
strictly
is
for the
Taylor
Will.
Lewan, and it says same conditions as Will.
Okay, yeah,
30 is Trent Williams. Good pick.
big guy.
31 is my elementary school bully. Use him as bait. Number 32 is Brian Shaw. That's the heavyweight world champion lifter, strongman, whatever.
Mhm.
33, Brock Lesnar, but on roids. Number 34 is
Ooh.
John Cena. 35 is Steven
Can't see him.
Adams. That's a
Crazy.
good point.
Yep.
36 is Ben Wallace. 37 is Ron Artest. 38, Antonio Brown. 39, Vontez Burfict.
Pause. Time out.
Okay.
Ron Artest, before or after he's Meta World Peace?
This is before.
Okay.
Meta World
I was
Peace
going
would
to
be out there
say,
doing some weird shit. No, this has to be.
Yeah.
This has to be. What's it called?
it has to be like Rockets Prime Ron Artest.
No, what's Malice at the Palace, Ron Artest. I think he was on that team. Where was I? I'm going to stop saying the numbers. It takes too long. Prime Lawrence Taylor. Any winner from the TV show what is it called? Naked and Afraid?
Yep. Good
Jared Beeman, not familiar. Brian Dawkins, he's the first one off the bus for intimidation walkout. Great pick. DJ Swearinger, that's a football player, right? That name
Yes.
sounds familiar. Brian Urlacher, Shaq, Big Show, Jared from Subway for bait. Alexander Ovechkin. Nick Chubb, but on leg day.
Okay.
Then we got this guy said, the dishwasher from the steakhouse I used to work at. The guy was an animal, all caps. Alexander Volkanovsky. That's got to be a boxer or something. Tyson Fury. Terrence Howard. I don't know who these people are. Oh, Cat Williams. He's the play-by-play commentator. Snoop Dogg's on color commentary. Kevin Hart's the field reporter. Tony Baker is the voiceover post-production. Shane Gillis is there for comedic relief. Tyler Booker, Lenora Sellers. I know that name. That's a football player. Dylan Stewart, J.D. Pickle, Lane Johnson, Myles Garrett, Panay. These picks get great right here. This is your line. Lane Johnson, Myles Garrett, Panay Sewell, Max Crosby, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Andre Johnson, but when he was fighting Cortland Finnegan energy.
Okay.
You know that clip?
Yeah.
Cam Newton, Duke Dennis. He's a streamer. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Dexter Lawrence. Chris Jones for pregame tears before war. Jadeveon Clowney, but when he had the hit against Michigan in the Outback Bowl.
Okay. Yep.
James Harrison, Vita Vea, Terry Tate, Francis Ngannou, Vince Wilfork, TJ Watt, Jameis Winston, he's the head of morale. Brian Cushing and Ndamukong Suh, David from David versus Goliath. That's a big get.
Yeah.
Justin Ernest. If you're unfamiliar with Justin Ernest, he did 51 reps at 225 in the NFL Combine.
Wow.
Tom Aspinall, Ken Griffey Jr., he's the photographer. Conor McGregor from Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un, that says, bait, please don't read this, sir. Micah Parsons, Aziz Al-Shahir. That's the dude that he was killed Trevor Lawrence, I think. Clemson's mascot, bait. This guy must be some sort of, who's Clemson's rival even? North Carolina?
Alabama.
Okay. Girl from my high school who won a fight at the pep rally in front of everyone. Gregor Clegane. He's the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Oh, huge. Yeah, okay.
And we got back-to-back baits here to round out the top 99. P. Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, and R. Kelly. All bait.
Good picks, yep.
And then the 100th pick is myself. I won't do anything but can claim I was on the team that got the W.
Okay.
That is, no exaggeration. I read through 9 of these 100 lists, and that was the best one. I was saving them because I wanted to bring up the best one. That was the best one by far.
So I like it. The only thing I would put in there is, why are we not utilizing all 100? Like, if I'm getting 100, I'm not picking color commentary.
Well, dude, if you got bait, though, some of the bait might do something. But that's when you use them as a distraction.
Yeah.
They're getting the shit beat out of them. The gorilla keys in on that one person, and you got time to take shots.
It's a good list. I wish there was more speed. It seems like there's a lot of...
DK Metcalf and George Pickens aren't good enough for you?
Only 2 of them?
What is speed going to do you versus a gorilla? Nothing.
There's so much you could do with speed. No. The other thing I want to point out
Xavier Worthy?
Is this like on a flat surface, just put into like empty out the fucking...
This is on a football field.
Little Caesar. Oh, okay. I was going to say, enter like Little Caesar's arena, clear everything out, nobody in it, flat surface, no
Correct.
Props, nothing.
It's football field
it's
size.
On a football field. I want to give me a fucking baseball player, a pitcher, find some little stones and hucking 100-mile-an-hour stones at this
Not a bad idea.
gorilla.
Not a bad idea.
I mean,
yeah. Maybe it's
or even give me a quarterback, somebody that can throw accurately.
Give me a hockey player, but with a stick for 110-mile-an-hour slap shots.
Not a bad idea too.
But then the stick's a weapon, so it wouldn't be allowed. But yeah, just a hilarious. I love when Twitter keys onto something, and that's like all you see on Twitter for like 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, I think on a flat surface, the 100 people probably win. If you said, hey, 1 gorilla, 100 men, throw them in a forest, a rainforest.
Oh, forest, it's done.
It's
done.
gorilla.
If he's able to get up in the trees and
every
shit,
single one of them.
No. Also, it's in a flat area with no stands or nothing. The gorilla can't get anywhere. It's only in this spot. And there's walls. It's not like open. Yeah. No, it's just this area. Yeah. So, final answer, 100 men win if it's that list. I like that list with the bait. The bait was a good idea. I didn't see anybody else come up with bait.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, let's grid it up. What do we have for time here? How we doing?
20 minutes talking about...
No, not 20. No, that was 10 to 15. Here we go. Let me pull up Immaculate Grid. Actually, I already had it up. Where did it go? There it is. So I kind of did a sneak peek. I didn't do any thinking about it because we were talking about the gorilla, but this grid looks disgusting. We are going to do baseball too.
I haven't looked at either of them, but I tried to get my mind sharp today by doing some of the older ones.
I keep forgetting I said I was going to start studying kickers.
I'm hoping that maybe that'll help.
Speaking of kickers, Browns and Bears would be Cade York, but we can't do that. Or Cody Parkey. Who did the double doink? Who was the double doinker?
Cody Parkey.
Okay. Yeah, he works there too, but can't do him. I got a good shout for 1,000 yards Jags. Christian Kirk, and I only know this because I had him in fantasy, and he had 1,000 yards that year with the Jags.
Okay.
Because I remember I was like, why did this guy give me no fucking points? He had 1,000 yards, and it's like he just didn't score touchdowns. We'll take 14% right there. Okay. Allen Robinson might have been better. Or like, oh, shit. Who's that? Who's the receiver that caught the Hail Mary from David Garrard? His name was something crazy. His last name was something crazy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's done. Steelers 1,000. You got Antonio Brown. Do you think Pickens did it last year? I don't think Pickens did it last year. That's too recent anyways. Hines Ward is a good shout.
Yep.
Franco Harris was a DB, wasn't he? No, he played receiver.
I don't know.
He was a running back, actually, I think. He just, yeah. I like Hines Ward here. That's a for sure shoe-in, no problem.
Yep.
The other name I like is the dude that got shot. Or no, the dude that, Martavis Bryant, the guy that always got busted for weed.
Bryant.
But we'll take the sure thing. Patriots 1,000, Wes Welker, Gronk with a tight end isn't bad.
Yeah.
Do you think Aaron Hernandez got 1,000 in any of his seasons? I kind of want to do it just for the memes. I bet you he got 1,000.
Oh, I think we saved that one for last.
Okay. If we're 9 out of 9, we're putting Hernandez. If not, we're putting Gronk.
So there is one player that works for 2 different boxes here.
Okay.
Cordero Patterson.
In what?
Bears Patriots or Bears Steelers.
Are you confident he played for the Steelers? I don't think he played for the Steelers.
Yeah, last season, I'm pretty sure.
No,
it was either last season or the season before.
I kind of want to put it for Bears Steelers just to see you be wrong.
I mean, we know for a fact he's on the Patriots, right?
I don't know for a fact that he played for the Patriots.
I'm like 98% positive on both of those. So
you were last week too, and then we got it wrong.
That's true, unless you can come up. Matt Schaub, Bears. No,
Matt Schaub did not play for the Bears. I think Josh McCown played for the Jags and the Bears or Browns. No.
Yeah.
I don't know why
that's right. I think that's right.
Browns, Jags.
Yeah.
Can you see McCown in a Jags jersey though? I don't know if I do. I'd rather wait.
Okay.
What about Jarvis Landry, Odell? Nope, none of those teams. They're my go-to for the Browns.
Jarvis?
Oh, I got one for Browns Patriots. No. This one's good. Jabril Peppers.
Yep, good one.
There we go, 9%. Okay. Did Cade York kick for the Steelers? I feel like Cade York got passed around.
I think Cade York kicked for the Jags.
No. I know he got passed around. He was with the Jets, the Browns for sure. The Browns were like his team, I think.
I'm pretty sure there's a DB for Browns Steelers.
Eli Apple? No, he's Bengals.
Yeah. Did where's Jaquan Brisker all played? Has he only been Bears? I feel like he's played.
I think only Bears.
Oh, boy.
Martellus Bennett. Bears, Patriots,
Bears,
right?
Patriots.
I know he played for the Patriots. I'm going to put it. I like that one. Bang.
All right, I'm putting my life on the line. Bears, Steelers, Patterson.
I think you're wrong, bro. All right. Let's go. 4%. Okay. All right. Man,
Pretty
we're
sure
getting
that was
dangerous
last
close
season,
to Hernandez 1,000 yards.
I know.
Browns, Jags. God, the Jags are tough, man. I don't know the Jags. Where did James Robinson go after the Jags? The Jets?
And the Packers.
Okay. We're cooking here. We're cooking. D-line. Calais Campbell. Who has he played for? I know he played for the Jags. Cardinals. Falcons.
And he's going back to the Cardinals now.
Fuck. Okay.
No. I think there's I feel like there's a big name running back that was Bears, Jags.
Maurice Jones-Drew? No, I don't think so.
Where did Matt Forte go after Bears?
He went to the Jets.
Uh,
That's all I know. What about... I like Josh McCown for Jags Browns a lot more.
Browns Steelers is Josh Dobbs.
I think that is a good shout. Nope, you're dumb.
Was he never on the Browns? Did he never
No.
play when he was on the Browns?
I didn't think he played for the Browns. God damn it, Austin. You ruin it every week. I'm cooking, and then you ruin it. Aaron Hernandez didn't have 1,000 yards. All right, we're fine. Damn it. What was the other one? We said McCown for Jags, Browns. I think that's right. Nope. What do we miss? Joe Hayden.
Nick
There's your
Foles.
DB. You were talking about Carlos Hyde, Nick Foles, Bears, and Jags. That was right in front of us. Fuck. Damn it, dude.
Damn it.
All right, baseball. Right to baseball. Not even going to think about it. Here we go. 30 saves, Reds.
Oh, it was easy. This whole grid is easy. Holy shit.
All right, go.
Okay. Aroldis Chapman.
30 saves, Reds.
Yep.
Okay.
Raisel Iglesias. Could go Craig Kimbrell, but I don't know if he got 30 for the Braves. The chalk is Mariano.
Yo, I low-key, like, Fernando Rodney. I don't know where he was born, but he definitely had 30 saves in a season. He definitely had 30 saves. Because he has the Tigers record for saves in a season. K-Rod for sure.
Rodriguez.
I want to say Fernando Rodney. Ooh.
Shout out RIP Octavio Del Tel, A's and born outside 50 states.
Rest in peace. 0.6. Love it.
We'll come back
Orioles
to the
outside
born
50. Something Kim. Young Jung Kim.
Well, you could go Tomiyuki Soganu. He plays for them this year.
You got to spell something.
Oh, he's
there.
not even on there. Do Tomi. Let's see if it comes. Wow, okay. So he's not even on there yet. Do Santander. That would be one.
Didn't he play for the U.S. in the fucking thing?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orioles and Braves is Chalk is that pitcher, Charlie Morton.
Yep.
Let's go Chalk. Let's just get one. We got to see one go through the hoop. Come on. 12%, not bad.
Ooh, Reds, Orioles. This might be a little lower. Austin Hayes.
Is that an ES or just I think it's just an
No,
S.
it's just
yeah.
an S. Yep.
9%.
Not bad.
We're getting close
Braves,
to
A's,
Fernando
Matt
Rodney.
Olson.
Huh?
Matt Olson, Braves,
Matt
and
Olson.
A's.
That's Chalk. Wait, no.
OS.
Not Matt Olson.
SON.
No.
Sean Murphy.
Shit. No, I had his Oh, this is a good shout if I come up with a name. I had his out of 75 Topps card. He was with the Braves and got traded to the Athletics and played with the Athletics. It was really good for a second. He's an outfielder. Help me out here.
Esty Ruiz.
Nope. I don't think he's with the Athletics anymore.
Ramon Laureano.
No.
He was with the Braves and went to the A's.
Got traded to the A's.
Pache.
Yes.
Christian Pache. Yeah.
See?
Nice.
Come on, Jake.
Cool.
Jake knows ball.
Reds Sonny Gray would work for the Reds A's.
Easy. Oh, I want to do Fernando Rodney.
Ooh, that was chalky. Holy shit.
I mean, we got to just take the for sure thing, right, with K-Rod. 9 out of 9.
Mariano.
I don't want to do Mariano.
The
K-Rod
thing is,
definitely.
you're going to get such low percentage regardless.
Boom. 114, 9 out of 9. Mariano was 30%. What was K-Rod was 8. Now we got to look at Fernando Rodney stats. Hang on. Fernando Rodney. He low-key might have been born in the United States. Nope, Dominican. Let's see. Stats. Here we go.
All he needs is 130 plus save season.
Saves. 37. There you go. 48 with Seattle.
Yeah.
What would his percentage have been? Oops. Where does it show?
I don't think you can even see.
I wish you could see their percentages. Man. Oh, I can do it on my phone.
I was going to say, I can pull it up. Are you looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fernando Rodney. Oops. 4%. Not even that much better than K-Rod. All right. We're cool. Nice. Should we see what
Kimbrel too? And Kimbrel was actually the chalk.
Was he? Did we go chalk for anything else? Sonny Gray, probably.
Sonny Gray.
Yep.
And Chapman.
Let's peep hockey.
The chalk.
Hockey is not doable. Okay. All right, not bad. Let's talk NBA quick, and then we'll do a little draft discussion. There's only really a couple things I care about talking about. There is the Packers, the Lions, and then the slide of the year. The NBA, Pistons got fucked on Sunday. Series was 2-1. Pistons, great comeback, huge third quarter to take the lead. They had a healthy lead in the fourth. They blew it, shocker. It came down to the last play. Cade got a good look right at the free throw line, missed it. Then the ball got shoved around for a while. There's like 2 seconds on the clock. Tim Hardaway found himself in the corner with the ball, jumped up and leaned a little to the right, got the contact from Josh Hart. It should have been a foul. It wasn't. Pistons down 3-1 because of that. Should have been 3 shots. They were down 1. I'm guessing he's going to go 2 or 3 there. If he doesn't, he at least makes 1. Could have been an all-time moment if he missed all of them, though. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine he misses the first 2 and then you're sitting there and you're like, holy fuck, just make this one. But then he accidentally misses on purpose because he thinks we got to win.
I feel like if you miss the first one, it gets even more like sweaty. Like, oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, Pistons down 3-1. I just have one quick thing I want to say here. They are getting fucked. I'm a bandwagoner, though. It didn't really even hurt me too bad. It did a little. 2-2 going back to New York is way better than 3-1 going back to New York. But yeah, Pistons tied the longest. I think it might be the longest all time of losses in a row at home in the playoffs. 9 in a row. It could be just the most active. No, I think that's all time 9 in a row at home. The thing that's pissing me off is that Pistons fans are already on Twitter talking about one of them was down 3-1 to the Knicks, missing our 2 most important players, and it's like Jaden Ivey and Isaiah Stewart. And then before the series, all you saw was, oh, Ivy injured, Stewart injured, don't care, Pistons in 6 or something. But now you want to complain about not having your 2 best players or 2 most important, which is like totally false. I mean, Cade is one of your most important without a doubt. Number 2, I would argue, is Malik Beasley. That dude just drains threes like no other. I think Isaiah Stewart's like maybe 6. And then Jaden Ivey could be up there. But Isaiah Stewart is not top 2. So yeah, I saw that. That pissed me off. And the other thing that pisses me off is like just the excuse making. Like, just own it, dude. The Knicks, they deserved Game 3. Game 4, I will say that's a toss-up, but they deserve Game 3. You can go back to New York. Anything can happen. If you win the first one, you come back to Detroit, you can snap that streak. We haven't set the record. We just tied it. Then you're 3-3 going back to New York. Who knows what happens? So start with a win tonight. Don't give up like the Heat did. God damn, the Heat gave up last night too. They lost by like 50. It was crazy.
I mean,
they scored 8 points in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, they were getting doubled by halftime.
Yeah. So just don't do that. At least make it competitive. If you got to lose heartbreaking fashion, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I'm at with the Bucks too. Their game actually just started, and I'm very worried that I'm very worried that they might have a similar game to what the Heat had last night. But also it's Giannis, so Giannis probably won't let us get into that situation.
I mean, Giannis has been good this series. There's just nothing around him.
Yeah, I don't know what to think at this point. The whole talk for the last couple months has been the Giannis era is over in Milwaukee. Giannis has never indicated anything about wanting to leave, so I don't know where that's coming from. But I am now very worried that maybe the Giannis era is over because of we keep trying to make these moves to get things to work, and it's not working. We get Dame. Looked like we were going to be the favorites for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
We haven't made it through the first round of the playoffs yet with him, and then we get him back this year, and he tears his Achilles in game 4 of the first round, and he's 35 and tears his Achilles.
35.
His career's probably done.
Do we think? That was my only question here. Do you think his career's done?
I mean,
an ACL tear at 35 is no good.
Achilles.
Oh, Achilles. No good. Still no good.
Look at Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
I will say, do you think your Achilles is more important as a quarterback or as a point guard?
No, as a point guard, 100%.
I would agree. I feel like the explosiveness in basketball is different compared to being a quarterback.
Yeah,
because Rodgers can sit in that pocket all day and sling it, but Dame being able to cut and dribble and just jump,
shoot off of one leg.
Mm-hmm.
At 35, by the time he plays again, he's 37, coming off of a torn Achilles. Like that, he's probably done for, which really sucks because I would have loved to see Dame get one, and it just didn't work out. But now the problem for the Bucks is we're stuck with Dame's contract. Nobody's going to take him. And we have Giannis who wants to be built around, and we can't build around him because we don't have cap space. So more than likely Dame's going to end up getting cut or something, I would assume, in the offseason. But it's just like they have a very old team between Brooke and Dame, and Bobby Portis isn't that old, but they just don't have young guys to build around. Giannis is the only thing to build around, and it's not working. So very scared. Hopefully Giannis is not trying to get out and we can keep him, but I just want to get him another fucking ring, dude.
I want a playoff series win, so relax.
I mean, since 2021, I haven't had a single team win a series, I don't think, in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure the Bucks have been bounced.
Brewers won one more recent than that.
No, they've been a first-round exit almost every year. Not since 2021.
Let's see.
I mean, I think Giannis just made a three-pointer. We're up 6-0. We're going to win this game. I don't know if the Wisconsin sports just sold out their souls for a single championship in 2021 or what happened, but I mean, the Badgers, they're going to be like a 6, maybe 7-win team. The Bucks are getting bounced in the first round. Dame is dead. Giannis could be gone. The Brewers just completely, I don't even know what to think about the Brewers. They win so many games every regular season. We get to the playoffs, we get bounced in the most heartbreaking fashion ever. The Packers are the Packers. never winning a championship.
Oh, the Packers won a
Probably the
playoff
next.
game last year.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There you
Bucks
go.
are up 11-0. By the way, we're getting
It's
hot.
over.
Giannis
It's
is
over.
staying.
It's over.
Giannis
Reverse
is staying
sweep
for life.
Reverse sweep. Yeah, the
Uh,
Brewers haven't won a playoff series since 2018, by the way. So
Yeah.
sorry about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Shall we
We're
talk?
just in a cycle of like Brewers lose in the playoffs, Packers lose in the playoffs, Bucks lose in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Badgers don't make a bowl game.
Wisconsin sports, baby. But that championship lasts 10 years, right?
It's wearing off pretty quickly.
I don't think basketball does. I would agree. Let's talk draft. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the Lions. How much time do we got, first of all? Do we got a good amount of time? We got about 15. All right. So let me start with the Lions. You can jump in whenever you want, and then you can get to your Packers. I know you're excited to talk about first round. I kind of didn't pay attention to the Packers after the first round, but Lions first round pick, D-tackle out of Ohio State. He was graded as the best run stuffing D-tackle in the entire class. Don't hate it. The thing I hate is that the dude has been seen saying he doesn't love football. Most people, when asked, say they love football. He said, it's not my entire life. Don't love that. It's not really the Detroit scheme, but I do love lining him up next to Lee McNeil, Hutch on the other side, and then whoever the fuck over there. Don't hate that. Round 2, they traded up and got Tate Ratledge out of Georgia, O-lineman. Not bad, trying to replace Zeitler? Don't hate it.
Yeah.
Good pick.
I like that pick. I honestly, I wanted the Packers to get Ratledge.
Round 3 is where we get dicey, where I'm kind of like, what are we doing? Traded up to 70th overall to draft Isaac Tesla, sweet name, who was projected to go undrafted. Not sure why we're trading up to get him. We gave up a lot, too. We got 70 and 182 and a 6th next year. We gave up 102 and 2/3 next year. I don't love that. The third is where we cook. That's where we got Kirby Joseph. That's where we got there's one more big name there. Who is it? Help me out here.
I don't know.
There's another third round. Kirby Joseph is the big one.
Let's just put it this way. Jalen Noel went after him.
I'm not
Jalen
familiar with
Noel
that
was
dude's
still
game.
on the board. Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. So he's projected to be wide receiver 5 starting the year. That's just not a third round pick. Like Tom Kennedy was wide receiver 5. They're saying he can work his way up. The dude's unimpressive, though. I watched his tape at Arkansas. He's a white boy that doesn't look very athletic. He had a great combine. That's what people are saying. Oh, yeah, Brad Holmes must have fell in love with the combine. He said it was his favorite receiver in the draft, which is just got to be bullshit because the dude out of Arizona is great. He's phenomenal. The dude the Packers got, who'd you guys take? Remind me.
Golden.
There you go. I think he's overrated, but we can get to that later. And is it Luther out of Missouri?
Yeah.
All
Luther
way better
Burden.
receivers than this white boy that started his career at. Where did I say he started?
I just read it as some community college.
Yeah, because he went to
Division
Unity
II
Christian.
Hillsdale.
That's right. Started there, transferred to Arkansas. He had like 700 yards at Arkansas, whatever. Then we had another trade. We took another guard in the 5th round. Fine with that. 6th round. This was probably my favorite pick just because of what happened after. So Ahmed Hassanin, he's an edge rusher out of Boise. Dude had 22 sacks and 32 tackles in his last 2 seasons. And he's only been playing football for 5 years. In the video of him getting his call, he said, I just wanted somebody to believe in me. I'm ready to get to work. I want to work for you. I will die for you. All this shit. I'm like, fuck yeah. Give me that. Give me that dude 6th round. Somebody that's hungry, a little project piece, 6th round, totally okay with it. I think we're going to see that dude play a game. One, with all the injuries that the Lions are going to have. But also, this dude looks hungry. He wants to support his family. Could be the greatest six round pick of all time. Just saying. Well, behind Tom Brady. I don't think anybody's ever topping that dude.
I was gonna say.
And then round 7 was a safety out of Georgia. Dan Jackson. That's the 2nd Georgia player. And then rounding it out at 244 overall was Dominic Lovett, the slot receiver out of Georgia. I feel like this dude has a better chance of making the roster than fucking Tesla. This dude played at Georgia, played SEC football. Granted, Tesla did too. This guy did for 3 years, though. Tesla had 1 season at Arkansas. I don't know, man. The Tesla pick is the one that really bothers me. It's not often that I see a pick and I'm like, ooh, I think we missed there with Brad Holmes. Gibbs, I was like sketchy, but it's like you watch the tape on Gibbs, it's like, fuck, this dude's sweet. Mm-hmm. Tesla, you don't see that. It's not. You watch it and you're like, it's a white boy receiver. What are we going to get? Hunter Renfrow? Get 2 years out of him? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, but lots of trades.
I was going to say, you guys traded.
I think we had 3 trades, 3 trade-ups.
If you had to grade it, what are you grading the draft?
I'd say a B. Like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they addressed the spots with needs. D-line, offensive line, we just lost our guard. Wide receiver, you needed it, technically, because J-Mo's probably gone after this year. I don't think Tesla's going to fill J-Mo's shoes. Mm-hmm. And then you just want big boys, guard, edge, safety, and a slot receiver. So I'd give it a B. What would you grade it, unbiased?
Unbiased. Personally, I thought your first round pick was a massive reach. I guess where he was available, it wasn't a reach. Actually, no, it was a reach. He was the 8th best D tackle ranked. Personally, I thought you guys were going to go with like an edge rusher first, or maybe a guard first. I don't know. I was shocked when you guys took Williams with your first pick. Overall, I mean, you guys did fill your spots, so I'd probably give it like a C+. But there's not anything on that board that I look at and I'm like, damn, what a pick. I mean, Ratledge is a good pick, but it's a lineman, so like, it's not flashy.
That's what I was saying in the group chat. There's nothing flashy about this draft. But when you're in the draft and you're in those last 12 to 15 spots, I feel like what you do is just grab your spot that you wanted and a guy that you fell in love with, you know?
Yeah.
There's no more best available. There's no more flashy picks at that point either. I guess Shedeur Sanders technically would have been flashy. I did say...
I mean, it's no different from what you would do in a fantasy draft. You get to the last 2 rounds and you're like, I've got everything I need. I really love this guy. He's not really projected high, but I'll take a flyer on him.
It felt like they were taking just like sleepers. They're the sleeper guy. And I saw somebody said that they took like the top 3 sleepers on somebody's board. Maybe that's what we do. I think we have a 2-year window where we're going to start getting fucked by these contracts we're giving out and not being able to get anybody. So we got to get one of the next 2 or else I'm going to be nervous. But if not, it's been a ride. So let me pull up the Packers draft so I can follow along with you, but you can go ahead.
All right. Well, I'll start right off at the top. We finally did it. Actually, before I get into the Packers, I'm going to talk about the draft in general. It looked fucking awesome in Green Bay. I think that cool. The area that they have surrounding the stadium is like a perfect setup for the draft. And I've heard a lot of really good things coming out of it, that it was very easy to get in and out of. It didn't seem like it was packed, even though there was 600,000 people that went this weekend. The small town vibe was kind of cool to it. So yeah, that was really cool. And then Clay Matthews with the opening was fucking awesome. Electric way to start the draft. Did you see it? I know I talked to you about it. Did you finally see the video?
The Bears still suck thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Great way to start the draft. But so happy for the Packers. Glad that we got to host that. Pittsburgh, I think, will be pretty cool next year. But hopping into the Packers draft, though. Finally did it. First time since 2002. We finally get a wide receiver at the first round pick. Matthew Golden. A lot of guys actually had him as the number 1 overall wide receiver over Tet McMillan. I have some pros and cons for Matthew Golden. Pros, fast as fuck, played on a really good team, put up really good numbers basically his entire career. And I've seen some tape that I've been watching on Golden recently too. And it made me realize that Quinn Ewers is not actually a good quarterback at all. So if you give Matthew Golden a somewhat reliable quarterback, which I think Jordan Love is much more than, I think he could be really good. The only thing I'm worried about with Matthew Golden is, one, he's not very big. 5'11", 190 pounds. Kind of fits the exact same build as the rest of our receivers. So, like, I love the pick. I don't love that he's the same build as all of our other guys. I really wanted, like, a big body receiver. But that's fine. Like, hopefully Golden can just step in as the number one receiver and put up some numbers. But yeah, definitely a little bit worried about the size there. Second pick, Anthony Belton out of NC State. I was not, at first when I saw it, I was honestly a little pissed that we took it. When it got to our pick, I really wanted a cornerback. Trey Amos was still there from Ole Miss, the cornerback. Really wanted Amos. We ended up going O-line, which is actually fine. This guy's fucking massive. 6'6", 336. Tough to beat a guy that size. The only problem with this is it basically says, hey, Jordan Morgan, our first round draft pick from last year, he's a bust. So
pretty quick.
Tough look there. First round pick, played 3 games last year. So, but yeah, no, I like it. It's, our line got wrecked in the playoffs by the Eagles. Might as well beef it up. I'm sure Jordan Love loves it.
How do you feel about him being ejected for spitting on a player in 2024?
That is heart. He's got heart.
Okay. Good turnaround.
Yep.
Fair.
Very competitive guy, you know? So maybe he was just talking and let a little bit go. It wasn't on purpose, I'm sure. So, third round pick, Savion Williams. I didn't know much about this guy. When I said I wanted a big body receiver, this is exactly what I got in the third round. So I guess it kind of mitigated my fears with Matthew Golden a little bit. I actually think that if Savion Williams gets a chance to play, he could be one of like the top 3-4 guys. We don't really have the big body. This is exactly what he is. He's also fast.
Every TCU receiver I feel like could be great just because their uniforms look so cool. The black and the purple.
Yeah.
Like I feel like who was the receiver a couple years ago? Trayvon Boykin. He was actually a quarterback there and then switched to receiver. I thought that dude was going to be like the next big thing because he TCU.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't love doubling up on wide receiver, but you got to get Jordan Love some help, and maybe this is what we get. Like, it wasn't a great draft class, but you got a big body and you got a fast guy, so you never know. Barron Sorrell, the edge out of Texas. I really like this pick a lot. I think Sorrell is going to be really, really good. 6'3", 256, not a huge guy, but he's also like fairly good. Also, second strongest guy, 28 reps in the bench press at the combine. Love that. And he played at Texas. Like, I'm pretty sure we saw a lot from him in the playoff, if I remember correctly. So I'm really looking forward to that. Honestly, favorite pick of the entire draft, Colin Oliver, the linebacker out of Oklahoma State in the 5th round. I've seen a lot of tape on this guy. He lined up an edge in college a lot, but he was technically classified as a linebacker, so I'm not really sure what we're going to use him as. But the videos that I saw of him at linebacker is insane. I've never seen a guy beat the line so quickly and so consistently like this guy. And every single, obviously it's highlight video, but the way he's beating guys is just, I mean, he's not even getting touched, just quick moves around these guys. I'm really looking forward to him. After that, Warren Brinson out of Georgia, D-tackle. It's whatever. I don't know enough about him, but he's out of Georgia, so that's probably a good pick. Micah Robinson actually did kind of like this. We finally got a cornerback. He's probably nothing special, but what was the thing? There was something that I really liked about him.
He only allowed a pass rating of 52.4 in his coverage.
That's what it was. Yes. Great coverage corner. That's what we needed.
I think the only problem with him is that he's 5'10", 183.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not. He's not a big guy. The problem is we just don't have guys in our corner room, and I think the reason I wanted a corner so bad, which last pick was John Williams, Cincinnati OT. Don't really care. It's a project offensive tackle in the 7th round. Whatever.
Better than a project O lineman in the 1st round, right?
Yes, exactly. No, the reason I think I wanted a cornerback so bad, though, was because of the whole Jair news. And then we take one in the 7th, which is like, okay, fine. Like, we at least got one. Well, guess what? News came out today. Jair's looking like he's more than likely coming back. So
to play 4
maybe
games.
It'll be good. Well, he's in a contract year, though.
Maybe
so if we get a healthy Jair in a contract year, maybe. I still don't love it. Like, I still want us to go get another guy. Like, we need to go. Let's fucking go sign Rasul Douglas. He's a free agent right now.
You guys did just sign Isaiah Simmons. That's a good signing.
Oh yeah, that was the other one. Isaiah Simmons was a huge.
He's the kind of guy that, like, he went 1st round and all the tape was there for this guy's gonna be fucking nasty.
He was the guy that everyone was like, he's gonna play everywhere.
Yeah, right? and the problem is that he hasn't been nasty, but he's gonna be that guy that I will believe until I don't see him anymore that he'll be nasty.
I mean,
his name will
Xavier
pop up.
McKinney and Isaiah Simmons safeties.
Isaiah Simmons is a linebacker,
safety. But he's listed linebacker and safety.
He won't play safety. That's just he won't play safety. He's a linebacker.
He could. We're pretty full at linebacker now.
He's a linebacker. But he's just the guy that you're always going to. Who's the other one? It's another linebacker.
Hamilton?
Huh?
For the Packers?
No. He was out of LSU. Or no.
Kyle Hamilton.
No, it's a linebacker, not a safety. Kyle Hamilton's like really fucking good.
Yeah.
Fuck. He played for the Ravens though, actually. Linebacker. Shit.
That's why I kept going to Simmons or Hamilton.
Anyways, just a guy that just never really panned out, but every time you see him signed, you're like, oh, this is great signing. He's gonna be awesome. And then he'll probably be like mid. No. Hang on, I'll find it. He's not on the team like this year. Ravens linebacker 1st round pick. I want to say he went to the Steelers or went from the CJ Mosley. No.
Patrick Queen.
There you go. But he's like actually good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's on the Steelers.
Yeah, so he started with the Cardinals though, no, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Where was he drafted?
Baltimore
1st round, 28th. See, like he was mid with the. No, he was actually really fucking good. Never mind. He's actually
good.
Really good. Time. Okay, I take it back. Yeah. Not that guy. But that was the name I was thinking. The only other draft news, and then we'll wrap it up. Shedeur Sanders has to be like the biggest slide of all time. I don't like the guy. I believe I even said he shouldn't be a 1st round pick. Now, do you recall I was trying to find like odds on him for his over under? I was going to hammer the over. I was going to take him to go after whatever round at plus odds. They were all gone. I couldn't find him. Now it makes sense. The dude slid all the way to the 5th round. The Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon in like the 3rd round, but then proceeded to take Shedeur in the 5th. They're like, let's take all the quarterbacks. One has to work, right?
Yeah.
But
that quarterback room is.
There's a lot of discussion on Twitter about Stephen A is the one leading it about, the NFL GMs and owners colluded to screw over Shedeur, and this is Colin Kaepernick level of collusion, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, actually, these guys, their job is to evaluate talent, and they watched the tape on Shedeur. He's cocky. He didn't take any meetings with anyone outside the top 5, supposedly. And then when he did, they were terrible meetings. And if you watch the tape, the dude actually, he's me playing college football. I scramble around behind the line and try to avoid sacks, and I get sacked for 15-yard loss. That doesn't work in the NFL. When you get to 2nd and 25, you're fucked. NFL GMs simply saw the tape. It's the craziest case of the media just blasting this dude to levels that he isn't even near. And it showed.
So the thing where I really started to get annoyed is when when Dylan Gabriel got picked and everyone was like, dude, what? Dylan Gabriel got picked before him? Let's not forget Dylan Gabriel was in the Heisman conversation this year, led the league in completion percentage, and had a fucking almost undefeated Oregon team.
Right.
Dylan Gabriel's a good quarterback. Yes, he's a small and he's lefty, but he is a good quarterback.
Right. Well, and the other one too is like, everybody's saying like, oh, Shedeur. I forget what it was. There's so much. Just kind of talking. Honestly, the only pick that didn't really make sense was that Louisville guy. I don't see it with that Louisville quarterback.
Tyler
Show or something.
Shuff.
I don't see it with him. All the other quarterbacks, sure. Yeah, they're all better than Shedeur. I would argue Quinn Ewers is better than Shedeur.
Yeah.
Will Howard,
I think
probably better than Shedeur.
I don't know about that, but yeah,
Howard has a ring.
I think Shedeur just got way too much hype. Deion killed him. This is all on Deion.
Too much hype, and then like Travis Hunter, who deserves the hype, probably had a lot to do with him even getting hype to begin with. Travis Hunter's like a generational athlete.
Well, so I think what's going to happen too is like, who do the Browns have for receivers? Jerry Jeudy,
and like that's it.
So even if Shedeur ends up being the starting quarterback out of the, I guess if Shedeur ends up being the starting quarterback out of the 5 quarterbacks who are all very talented and could play for that Browns team, he's got nobody to throw to. I guess now he'll have Quinshon Judkins too, and Harold Fannin Jr., who's a decent tight end.
This is set up for Shedeur gets one shot. He plays 2 or 3 games. He sucks because he's not very good at football, but also has no one to throw to. And
my hot take is that one of Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is on a different team by the start of next year.
That's pretty hot, but I could see it.
I mean, Joe Milton. Same thing as Joe Milton.
Right. Yeah, it's the whole, collusion and they're doing this, blah, blah. No, he's just not an NFL talent like some of these other guys.
My other question that I wanted to ask too is everybody is grading the Browns draft as an A+, probably because they got Shedeur in the 5th. I didn't think it was that good. Like they got
it was a good draft. Mason Graham is a great pick. That Schwesinger.
Do you think they were smart for trading out of 2 and passing on Travis Hunter though? Because I tweeted it from our account when it happened, and I was like, trading out of number 2 for a once in a generational 2-way player in Travis Hunter is quite possibly the most Browns thing that's ever happened.
The thing is if you take Travis Hunter, what does it do for you? Honestly though, you could have
a number 1 receiver and a number 1 cornerback. So.
You could have had. It's not the number 1 cornerback. You could have had,
but on their team,
he's going to play one or the other. There's no way he'll do what he did in college. Mark my words. I do have a bet. I found this the other. Listen to this real quick. I had a bet apparently with my father. I'm guessing at a campfire in the summertime, some beverages involved. He said that Travis Hunter won't have 460 receiving yards. I said he'll have more than 460 receiving yards during his rookie season. Looking back now, I waxed him. 460? Yeah. He was arguing that he's going to play corner. I was arguing he's going to play receiver because there's more life at receiver than corner. But I'm in a good spot because if he plays both, he'll get 500 yards.
Yeah, 100%.
And the bet is loser has to drink 2 nasty drinks of the winner's choice. So we can start brainstorming that week 1 when Travis Hunter has 130 receiving yards. Going back to your thing about the Browns trading out of 2, dumb hindsight. You could have had Travis Hunter and you could have got Dylan Gabriel, who I think is going to be an okay quarterback. You know, he won't be great, but he'll be okay. But yeah, honestly, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this draft. You know, Mason Graham, I think that's a great pick. A little bit biased, obviously. Schwesinger, I watched the tape. Great player. Judkins, don't hate it. I do think he has a better NFL career than Travion Henderson. Harold Fannin Jr. was the best tight end in college football. He just didn't get the views because of the MAC. Dude had like the most yards, most touchdowns, all this shit. Way better stats than Loveland or the kid out of Penn State. Gabriel, don't hate it. But then why are you taking Dylan Sampson? Why are you taking Dylan Sampson?
Dylan Sampson, maybe it's a little biased because I watched Tennessee, but Dylan Sampson was like probably a top 4 back in the nation this year. He's good. He's better than what's his name that got drafted to the Dolphins last year out of Tennessee. Fuck. Now you're going to make me look.
Dolphins drafted a running back last year, even though they had A-Chain?
Yes. They draft a running back like every year. Dolphins.
But yeah, this isn't an A draft. I mean, you got 7 guys, but you took 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks.
Jalen Wright.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah. Dylan Sampson is better than Jalen Wright.
I think Judkins gets that backfield. What's their current running back room look like? Oops. Is Sampson a power guy?
He's a little bit of both.
Guy?
He's a very balanced running back.
So they're going to they have Jerome Ford. They've got him listed as the 1. He's going to lose that spot. Judkins will get it, and Sampson will be 2. Because every team is going to be attempting. Every team's going to be attempting to recreate what the Lions are doing with Montgomery and Gibbs, right? Speed guy, power guy, but also kind of speed guy. Like Montgomery's not slow. Packers don't really have it. They still have the 1 back. The Ravens have the 1 back. They don't need.
No, the Packers. Okay, so I'm not.
Last thing, we got to wrap up.
Yeah, no, real quick. First off, I didn't realize that A.J. Dillon is gone. He's not a Packer. He's on the Eagles now.
Apparently. Oh, I didn't know that either. I was just going to bring up that fat fuck.
Marshawn Lloyd, though. He was the starting running back for USC when they were really good 2 years ago. He was coming off a torn ACL last year, so he didn't really play until the end of the year. He's going to be our backup. He's a fucking monster. He's huge. So Marshawn
you don't
Lloyd
need a huge guy
Jacobs,
though. Josh Jacobs is your huge guy,
but he's also fast as fuck.
I mean, everybody's a little bit fast. Who's the other team that does it well? Who's the other team that does it well? What the Lions are doing? Somebody was mimicking, and they did it well. A-Chain and Mostert for 2 years ago. Chase Brown and who?
It was Zach Moss. They did it okay. But yeah, I mean, the Dolphins were. Now A-Chain's the 1 because...
honestly, last year had a lot more feature backs than you think. Saquon, Henry, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Jonathan Taylor.
Dude, the Chargers are another
Mixon.
team that I think had a really good draft too. There's so much I could talk about.
Last thing, and we got to wrap. Did you see Ben Johnson's call to Colson Loveland?
No.
Dude was trying way too hard to be cool. I think he legit has autism now. Remember when I made that take?
Yeah.
He's got autism.
Ben
I think
Johnson
he legitimately has autism.
His 12 personnel package.
He was like,
that must be our alarm.
Yeah, that's letting us know it's time to wrap. He was like, I can't even mimic the video so bad. Everybody go look up Ben Johnson, Colson Loveland call. It was cringy as cringy gets. Go look it up. I'm going to find it and send it to you, Frankie. But with that said, have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties, and go Tigers.
Go Pack-O.